Okay, live. We just finished Stranger Things for Volume 2. No, Jessa, your thoughts?
I was right.
Were you?
Yeah, I said that.
Spoiler alert, you've not watched. We're going
I
to
said
spoil
that
everything.
He made the world like the Hawk, that he built all of that, because he totally did. Because when he got there, it was all not like the moon.
Well, I don't know that he made it. He got there. Said he saw Vecna. This is what we're talking about Vecna here. Got there and he saw Mind Flayer form, and he said that was his world to build from. So he did the world, but the way the Upside Down is, where it's a recreation of Hawking, he seems to be that.
That's what I said. So I said before is that Vecna created the lichen, like, to make it look like Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't talked about why. I'm telling you, the time thing is hive mind.
We haven't found out why
Nancy's room was the day that Will disappeared.
Yeah, we haven't found that out yet.
The reason was that is the day that Will became part of the hive mind. No, because you just had the thing with the again.
Yeah, I think they teased that at the end. There's at the very like Will scratches, like Will's kind of been out of the picture the last 2 seasons. But he's the OG, like he's the whole thing that started from it. It has to come back to him.
Was the first one where that like lychee thing like went down his throat?
That was in the first season. They saved him and the leech thing, and then he was still kind of the second season. Third season, he was pretty much off the table. He barely was all. This season, they gave him like kind of like personal story. I guess that was what we would describe it as.
Quit, Matthew.
I try to like describe like they let him come out, so to speak, a little bit perspective, but it feels like it has to shape, form, or fashion in the 5th season. He's what started it all. He's the catalyst to save everybody, or whether he turns out to be the big bad from the get-go in some form or fashion.
I think he's just. I think that Vecna's using him to kind of spy.
Yeah, I feel like, but he definitely has been sidelined for the last 2. This season, they gave him a little bit of like a. They let his character, his real character, not his like I'm in the other world character. They definitely like, oh my god, my neck, and then. But I do feel like we were both right in all our predictions. Unfortunately, you were correct. Spoiler alert, R.I.P.
Eddie Munson.
Eddie passed on. Although I thought he was going to survive it. I survive it because literally he went to. I guess Steve is just Superman. I mean, who can? Steve's the best. The same attack Steve got from the bats, and he died. Like I'm Superman. I'm just going to take my shirt off and fight on for like 4 more episodes. Steve had like the bats pulling him apart with chokes, him in the ribs, saving.
He came and helped him, and that didn't happen for Eddie. If nobody showed up, Steve would have gotten eaten by that.
Stupid, like Eddie, like the whole plan. I hate this when that happens. Their whole plan fell apart. Like nothing worked. Nothing they did worked.
Ever.
No, they didn't. Until 11 showed up, they had no of 11 plan be there. She was the MacGuffin that were like save the whole thing. Because before Steve, Nancy, and even got up the stairs, they got caught by the ropes.
But
Eddie died.
Yeah, but the thing is, her Vecna, once they dropped Robin and stupid Nancy, they're the ones that set him on fire.
But the only reason they were able to do that was Mike professed his love to 11. Everything was told Mike, who nobody in the whole was doing. professes love to her while she was in a pizza fridge. And that gave her the strength. A man's love gave the white woman the strength to fight and
knock everything off.
I'm just saying that was a stupid way to do it. She should have been able to fight her power on her own.
No, you're.
It's it was so dumb that.
It was.
I love you, Elle, and that was what gave her the strength to do it.
Everybody talking to her, how much they cared about her, because I think one of the the themes that they haven't really gotten into is how alone she felt for him.
Well, they kept teasing they kept seeing her friendship with Max.
Yeah, because she didn't have any friends. She felt alone.
They kept making that was the strength of her, but then it was her dumb boyfriend who's barely been in the season who helped to save the day. That was really stupid about it.
At that point, when they were doing that, it shouldn't have just been Mike, and especially Will, because Will has been friends.
Yeah, once again, Will sidelined. I completely agree.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
I was not being. I was being honest. I thought that was a very dumb decision on the show to make, because Mike's not been in the show at all. Let's backtrack. Let's go back to this whole season. The problem with this whole season is the whole cast has been separated. And that happens in TV. That's every TV show you ever watch. They split. I don't know if it was more because it's the young cast. I don't know if COVID had to do with everybody together. I don't know if everybody's
I'm thinking it was COVID. Usually these things film a year.
But also everybody in this cast is blowing up there now. So maybe there's just 100 different things. Impossible to film everything. Literally together in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The Russia plot.
And actually all of them weren't even, because Lucas still wasn't there. Jen wasn't there.
Yeah, they never had the entire whole family come back together. The Russia plot.
I liked the Russia plot. I felt like it.
I liked it, but ultimately, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I liked how it started, but I think at the end,
they should have got
it had to have been that. Barber wasn't available enough, so they had to just have him gone.
He's so handsome.
Because ultimately, they finished the Russian story the way the season ended last season. Stretched out a whole another season with him still being stuck in Russia. He had to go back to Russia. They were on Russia the whole time. So it feels to me it was, whether it was COVID or whether it was the actor's availability, that they got extended for no reason. Because while we were watching it, because they made them go back. They escaped, and then there was a weird twist where we have to go back because if we kill the Demogorgons that are here, it'll help the kids. Even though the kids were fighting the Demogorgons, they had what was going back.
Yeah, how did they know the kids?
They had no idea because stupid
As
ass.
far as Joyce knew, she left them at home.
Yeah, when stupid Winona Ryder, California, she's yeah, I'm going to conference. No idea that all this had popped back up and was going off. But then suddenly they're over and they're we got to kill them to help the children. I think we need to rewatch it because I feel we must have missed something there because they went to prison. I feel that was not a creative choice. That was all these actors be in a certain place, a certain time choice. Just keep doing stuff here because that makes sense. That whole them being in Russia for as long as they were made no sense.
Yeah, I kept every single time Copper it happened. He thought he was gonna he almost times.
Oh,
then he got caught every time.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. I felt bad.
He literally went back after he escaped 4 times. He got out 3 times. It's insane.
And then I felt really back.
It was bad CGI though.
I don't care. It looked, when I say it looked awful, I'm not it's awful CGI, which it was, but
But moving on, I do feel like she was right. Obviously, she called Eddie was going to be a lot of people called that, but I almost thought like, nah, it's been so long that they might have corrected that, whatever. But I feel like I'm also right in that I said it was going to be the Infinity War ending because
They've done this on Angle season.
no, every single season they tease that the villain were still out there, but they've never done like season. They Hawkins. And they gave. I feel like Netflix made him like give him a happy ending. Same with the big happy ending. They were like, "Oh, we all did it. We all did it." It's like we still know he's there. Like, well, you still know the worst villain. Why y'all being so happy about it? Weird thing is, I still don't get this. 11 wore the same the last time.
God, quit with it.
That's insane. Like, since
She doesn't have any clothes with her.
I thought they were going to reveal that like it was like she had never left like the mind realm that she was in with, like that whole like happy ending was a fantasy. That's what I thought was going to happen because she was in the same clothes for apparently 3 weeks at the end of the show.
She didn't have any clothes. All she had was the one outfit.
Apparently, nobody would give her any more clothes. I guess everybody's like, all these people love her. They're like, oh, that's your outfit. We're stuck with that. Like she reunites her father figure Hopper. He's like, I hope you like the outfit. I don't have any clothes for you.
Almost made me cry.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. There's a lot of really good stuff. I don't want to. I'm mighty right now, but I'm not. I loved this season. This season was incredible. Maybe it's because I'm a hater person, but I almost like felt like they had to do kind of after the season before they moved on to the next season. They would like acknowledge like they didn't win. I would have what I said with the Infinite. They did the Myers ending. That I actually called that. Did I? I said in the middle of the episode they literally blew Vecna out of the house, and then when they walked down the stairs, he was gone. They're like, I guess he's still out there. The Michael Myers ending, which is insane. And so then anyway, he blew up 4 quadrants of their town, like an earthquake.
So many different.
That's what they do. Yeah, I mean they homage. It's just funny, like credit
that they did. Had Robert Englund,
I do give them credit. They have continually found ways to make the like random town people know what the insane stuff is happening. Like so basically Sleeves Town. It's genius. It's the genius of the show is they have found ways to make the regular town people who aren't involved in the plot not fully understand what's happening. That's the genius of the show. Full genius of the show. My favorite character is Max. She looks like it. Oh, Matt. Oh, Mike's dad.
That's your favorite character.
Mike's dad is by far the best character on the show. He's the guy that you need on the show to be. This town got taken over by the devil. It's an earthquake. I'm gonna watch Judge Judy. Mike's dad is by far the best character in $50. I would watch a spin. What? Oh, there's YouTube clips of his feud with. Go search that if you haven't seen it. Like it's amazing. He is the character in the entire show. He just pops up randomly. His wife's way too hot for him. 40 years older than her. What are you saying? That's our situation. Too hot for you? You're Mike's dad. Anyway, he's the best character on the whole show. Watch the whole spinoff of just like I've often thought about this, like with like comic books. Somebody should write a comic book of like just regular people that are happening on the side of it, like Superman's going through, like Earths. Write a comic book series where
anymore. Now you're talking about comic books.
Write a comic book that Wow, Christ, and Earth weapon. I want to follow Mike from Stranger Things' dad throughout this whole series. Just the final. What do you think we're getting? What do you think in season 5? Because season 5 is the finale. We know next season's the final season.
How did you think it was?
You didn't like as much. I like the ending. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted like to be like the doom and gloom. I wanted one, and they had to fight their way back. This was more like they halfway did it. They like everybody acknowledged at the end, like it's still out there. He's gonna be coming again. We don't know what to do, but they want to give like a positive ending and get everybody together. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because like I feel like it COVID, all their other jobs, but the whole cast was not show. Like there was like small groups really well. They did really well. The groups they had.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Best it's been since season 1.
I wouldn't go that far.
Which season do you like better? I did think we would get more.
I wanted to see something happen to Angela again, though. Girl got hit in the face with a skate.
Oh, she was just a tool. They left that hole behind.
I want to see bad things happen to her.
I thought more in terms of like the overall mythology. Like we kind of did.
We got a whole bunch of mythology of like what's going on. They explained everything, the whole thing, the whole back. It's there.
I guess. But I was kind of disappointed. They do the thing I didn't want them to do, where they kind of like they're going to start season 5, final season, where everybody's going to like somewhat living like. And so I don't know because they like put her in normal spots. They put everybody in normal spots, like Steve like volunteering at the shelter.
I might get her girl.
Hugging them at their house. They made Robin seem like she's gonna meet her girlfriend, and they're like, "Oh, everything's back to normal." And then they're like, "Oh, like it happened." Like I don't understand. Like I feel like
I think it just like cracked open and do like a lot, and then all of a sudden it just started like coming out.
Important thing that I noticed when the crack happened. Crack is the shape of the crack that happened. You know, there was 4 points that Vecna wanted to open. Max survived, but she was the 4th day. They were very careful to point out she died for a minute, so that counts. The 4 legs of the Mind Flayer. It's like Jessica thought. We kind of thought the Mind Flayer. He's still the bad guy. Treatment. They killed him, but he was gone when they saw where he was dead from. So he's coming back. Big bad. That's what I wanted. I wanted him big bad. I wanted him to survive. Big bad. I thought that was a great setup for a great villain.
That's all I got.
So I think I was like mostly right because they were like halfway like, we all save the day, but we'll. And then right at the end they blew up. Everything's on fire again, so it's kind of. Still think I kind of was right about like the any war, the heroes lose type thing. I don't know. But if you have not watched Stranger Things, still watching this at this point in time, just literally ruined everything. But the rest of it, stream over.